It's been described as the gayest Marvel project ever. Do you agree?
I mean, I think it's pretty, well, what is the most exciting about it is that that's not exactly what it's about.
Yeah,
it's so
right.
normalized, but yeah, I definitely think it is.
So the show has been described to me as the gayest Marvel project to date. Do you agree?
I would say so, yeah. It's got
Why?
many layers, and definitely gay is one of them.
Oh man, it just never stops. It never ends. You know, over these last few years, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've all come to realize anything associated with Disney, whether it be Marvel, whether it be Star Wars, it doesn't matter what it is always the same. Same different day. And you would think by now, with all the backlash they get for the projects they create for going down this progressive road, which by the way, most people do not want.
How dare you?
It's just the truth, get over it. But you would have thought they would have learned by now, and they would have thought to themselves, yeah, you know what, let's not be progressive for a minute, let's not be woke for a second. But nope, clearly these people at these companies, the very intelligent people might I add, they apparently know better. A new Marvel show is set to be released on Disney Plus called Agatha All Along, a show that nobody wanted, a show that nobody asked for, but it is set after the events of WandaVision. What a great show that was. But Agatha Harkness seeks to regain her power after losing it, and on the journey to finding that power again, Agatha creates a makeshift coven of her own, but not every member has the same intention. Ooh, how exciting. But she will battle new mystical threats while uncovering hidden secrets in the magical realm. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but just reading that, wow, it sounds amazing, doesn't it? But before people out there can tune into this wonderful, amazing series, we already have controversy because the premiere was last night, and we got some thoughts from the actors, and they revealed quite a lot. And these aren't my words, by the way, but apparently this is going to be the gayest project Marvel has ever done. Now, where have I heard something like that before? Oh yeah.
I want to ask you both because this is, I would say, arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. And was this the fun element of it?
No, I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I frankly...
You're offended?
Into it.
Oh yeah, that's it. So not only were we blessed with the gayest Star Wars ever, and look how that one turned out, we are now blessed with the gayest project Marvel has ever done. 2024. But before I get into this, ladies and gentlemen, and be classed as every single buzzword underneath the sun according to woke leftist liberals, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's continue. Oh boy. Variety have reported Agatha All Along stars Catherine Hahn, Aubrey Plaza, and Joe Locke on how queer it is. It will be a gay explosion by the end of it. No agenda though. None at all. The cast and creators behind Agatha All Along are celebrating the Disney Plus series' unprecedented LGBTQ representation. I would agree with that. Sashir Zamata, I hope I got that name right, who plays Jennifer Kale, said when told at Monday's premiere that Agatha has been described as the gayest project Marvel has ever done. You'll see when you watch, witches are queer inherently. Just because we are outcasts and set aside for many... What am I reading? So apparently, according to this actor, witches are queer inherently just because they are outcasts and set aside for many reasons. What are they smoking? Whatever it is, no one else should touch it because you'll be coming out with this stuff otherwise. This show shows a really good representation of different types of people and that we can all use the power we have within to go forward and be great. Yes, I imagine you'll all be using the power within to be as gay and as queer as you want. This is what Marvel has become, by the way. Could you imagine back in the day when the Winter Soldier came out, the first Iron Man, even Infinity War, Endgame? Could you imagine thinking this is how Marvel would turn out? Nah. And why is that? Because nobody was asking for this sort of thing. Nobody was asking for woke agendas to be in absolutely every single show that they watch. And when it does terribly, because I think we can all see it's probably not going to do the best, they'll blame the people who it wasn't targeted for. You know, you hear people come out and say, well, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. It's not made for you. It was made for the LGBTQ plus community. But when it flops, they'll then blame straight men and women. Oh, it was all the bigotry, it was all the hatred as to why this didn't do so well. Make it make sense. But Joe Locke, who plays Teen, explained it's got many layers and gay is one of them. That's one of the great things about the show. Teen is a queer guy on the show, but it's not the driving force, which I think is really great. It's really nice to just have these positive queer characters. Locke came out publicly shortly after his star-making acting debut in Heartstopper. Zamata, a former Saturday Night Live player, came out as queer in an interview earlier this month with LGBTQ outlet Them. I've always looked up to Wanda Sykes as another black queer woman in comedy. Living her truth is really inspiring and awesome, she said at the Agatha premiere. I feel proud to be amongst a lot of great people who do that openly. You see, this is just the issue, right? They can come out and say, oh, it's not the driving force behind the show, but it certainly is going to be one of them, because all you're doing is coming out and talking about your sexuality. Nobody cares if you're gay. But you have people, actors like this, who just make it their whole personality and they talk about nothing else. And do people care if there is a gay character in a TV show, in a film? No. But when it starts to become a blatant agenda and it is being shoved in people's faces 24/7, it might sound controversial to some people coming across this video, but people get frustrated with it because they can all see that this is obviously being pushed in a certain direction. And when you have messaging like this, most of the time the actors involved don't care about the story and how it affects the whole universe as a whole, and the people in charge, they don't care either. But all a lot of people care about is just making sure their, how do you describe it, queerness is overly represented. As long as they get to show that, well, who cares about the show? It doesn't really matter. How about we go back to the times where people actually cared about the storyline, the plot, instead of the message? Great times. Aubrey Plaza, who said in an interview with The Advocate in 2016 that she falls in love with men and women, but she was tight-lipped about details but cracked about Agatha. It will be a gay explosion by the end of it. Plaza plays Ria Vidal, while Marvel newcomer Patti LuPone portrays Lila Calderu. It's the gayest show on Marvel, said Ali Ann, who plays Alice Wu Gulliver. There is a lot of pageantry we're already competing with. I think the thing that makes it more gay is that we are singing with Patti. I mean, I'm hoping, in other interviews, they actually spoke about the show, not just their sexuality, but from this, it just seems like that's what they're excited about. It's just very stunning. It's very brave, and let's just take a look at some of the clips that went around from Variety doing these interviews. Take a watch.
It's been described as the gayest Marvel project ever. Do you agree?
I mean, I think it's pretty, well, what is the most exciting about it is that that's not exactly what it's about. It's so normalized, but yeah, I definitely think it is.
So, the show has been described to me as the gayest Marvel project to date. Do you agree?
I would say so, yeah. It's got many layers, and definitely gay is one of them.
Is it? I mean, for someone like you, you started off in the business, you were in a gay show. Now you're in another gay show. It's like not new for you.
No, I think that's also one of the great things about the show is like, Heartstopper is very like, the queerness is the plot of the show, whereas this is like, teens queer, this is the queer characters in the show, but it's not like the driving force of the plot, which is, I think, really great. It's really like really nice just having these positive queer characters in the show. It's great.
It's been described to me that Agatha is the gayest project Marvel has ever done. Agree?
I would agree with that, yeah.
Why is it?
You'll see. You'll see when you watch it. But, you know, I think witches are queer inherently just because we are outcast and, like, set aside for many reasons. And I think this show shows a really good representation of different types of people, and that we can all use the power we have within to, like, go forth and be great.
I'm told, I've seen the first episode, but Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree?
It better be, because that's what I signed up for.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, after watching those clips again, I think I was wrong throughout this whole video. You know, my mind has been changed here. I really don't see anyone getting frustrated with this show. I don't see any controversy coming from the show. I think people will love it, and it's going to be a work of art, and we're all going to look back at this and think, wow, what a great show. Are you excited to watch the gayest project Marvel has ever done? I'd like to know. I can't take this any longer. If you have enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, Make sure to leave a like rating. What world are we living in? If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace. As I said at the beginning, it's just never ending. Never ending.